moments in life when following your conscience cost you everything you thought was stable: career, family, identity. And yet, for some people, that rupture becomes a doorway to an entirely new way of serving, healing, and living in truth. Today's conversation sits right in that tension between loss and purpose. Welcome to the Divine Decode with Saima. Here we explore the deeper meaning behind life's most challenging experiences and decode the lessons hidden within them. Today I am joined by Svetlana Rilkoff, a former registered nurse with 25 years in healthcare and the founder of Ezra Healing. Svetlana's life took a dramatic turn after making decisions guided by her personal ethics, leading her to questioning existing systems and build a new, values driven model of care. And in this episode, we explore advocacy, conscience, and what it means to rebuild a life and mission from the ground up. So, Svetlana, once more, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me. It's great to be here.
You're warmly welcome, Svetlana. So, before we talk about reform or advocacy, I'd love to start here. When you look back at your life before everything changed, how did you understand your role as a nurse and caregiver at that time?
Mm. I went into nursing in 2000s to truly just help people and be there for them in their time of need. And that's what I've essentially continued to do, standing in the truth and the light.
That makes sense. That makes sense. And yeah, like that's remarkable. So, like, I'm curious personally about something that often comes up around reformers. There's a perception that people who challenge systems are motivated by rebellion rather than principle. So, from your lived experience, what feels misunderstood about the choices you made?
So in 2020, we had the worldwide vaccine mandates come into our life. And as a nurse, we were seeing the massive coercion and deception around these choices that people were making in their life, and they were being put in a very awkward, dangerous position. So we stood our ground and we upheld the do no harm model of healthcare. We represent the client and informed consent and informed choice. So at that time, it was really necessary to make a very strong stance and position to support our clients and our patients. Sorry, I'm having a bit of a hard time understanding your direct question.
Okay, it's okay. So, let's stay with that for a moment. Like, when systems prioritize compliance over conscience, what do you see happening at a deeper human level, both for providers and for patients?
There's a major conflict of the soul when we have regulation come up against, your natural biological rhythm. So it's each person had to really dig deep and understand the truth that they wanted to pursue.
Even when people are working inside strict or controlling systems, what helps them still listen to the inner moral compass?
If people can rise up and listen to their instincts, this
Mhm.
would be very, very helpful for people. I've spoken with so many people who regret complying with for example, the mandates, and if they had listened to their initial intuition, most of them wouldn't have been in the awkward healthcare position that they're in. So, listening to your intuition is really important.
That makes sense. That makes sense. And I really appreciate that you're bringing it back to instincts. Like that inner knowing can be easy to dismiss, especially in environments where rules or fear are loud. And But you're reminding us that body and intuition often register truth before the mind can explain it. And I feel that trusting that instinct can be really powerful. And for someone who feels that instinct but is afraid of the consequences of following it, what's the first small step they could take?
Well, it's simply it's simply honoring yourself first, um,
Hmm.
versus any other surrounding systems outside of you and your body and your soul. So there may or may not be consequences down the road, but lying to yourself and having zero integrity is a bigger consequence, actually.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and I love how simply you put that actually. Like I said, honoring yourself. It really sounds so gentle, but it's actually incredibly powerful at the same time. And it brings the focus back to the personal integrity and reminds people that their inner experience matters.
100%. The It's all inner experience. The inner experience leads to the outer experience. So that's why even, the thought that we think are very important because they will turn into actions eventually.
Absolutely, yes, yes. Now, you have been through some very difficult consequences in your life, in your work, and in your family. So, how did those hard experiences change the way now you think about being strong and taking responsibility?
Well, surrendering everything, including my children, my home, and my prior job for standing for the truth, and do no harm model of healthcare has come at a very high price. Um, but once you see the truth, once the veil is lifted, there is no going back if you're truly honest with yourself. And life changes, life morphs, and it's essential to be continually adapting to the change, or else it can destroy you. So you turn all that pain into passion, power, and purpose, and you are truly living a purpose driven life every day. And you can create the life that you want. Creation is the way of the matrix, and the matrix is the control system that has been surrounded us since we were born. So once you can see the control system, you can create your way out of it. And that is where the true magic lies every day.
That's an incredibly profound place to arrive at. And I can actually feel the depth of what you're describing, like surrendering the way you speak about it isn't passive at all. And I feel that it's a conscious, soul level decision to live in alignment with what feels undeniably true, no matter the personal cost. And like I said, the image of the veil lifting is really powerful. Once someone sees clearly, they can't unsee, and life is never approached the same way again. And that takes a tremendous amount of inner strength and conviction, right?
100% the conviction is deep. It is real. It is honest. And, having integrity matters to me. Integrity means, what you feel on the inside should match the outside. And that is where you get congruency in your life. And that is where the magic happens. So it's really important for me to be integral, and always uphold that for myself and my clients.
Mm-hmm. True, true. Now, you went on to create your own healing approach and care model. So, for someone who feels let down or disappointed by the usual medical or institutional systems, what actually makes the way you work, different in real life and not just in theory?
So I stepped out of the public Canadian healthcare system in 2021. It was, that model focuses on sick people, making them sick and keeping them sick. I am very passionate about truly helping people, preventing disease, and promoting health. I believe healthcare is not complicated. I believe what you don't put in your body is more important actually than what you do at this point. So we offer honest healthcare, and we're not, we see people as human beings and souls, not as a business number and model. The ideal client is somebody who eventually doesn't need me anymore, and that means they are empowered and healthy on their own. So it is just honest healthcare at this point.
Mhm. It really sounds like stepping outside the system, you know, give you the freedom to practice in a way that feels more aligned with your values. And I hear how important it is to you, like I said, that people feel seen as human beings first and not just cases or numbers, business. And that care comes from a place of integrity and honesty for sure. Now, that distinction clearly shaped the model you have created, and that's really remarkable.
Yes, thank you so much. It's definitely in line with my morals and my values and my convictions. So, healthcare should be driven by the client and what's in the best interest for the client. And I believe as soon as people feel truly heard and seen, that's 50% of their healing. When they feel understood, when they're validated, um, when they are part of their healthcare plan. So healthcare is not hard, but for some reason it got complicated in the world. It got political, it got aggressive, and we lost, humanity in that time. And we are just doing our best to bring humanity back to itself, promoting, healthy human connection once again, and using technology as a helpful tool to have better health outcomes.
Now, the kind of work you do can be, really draining sometimes. So, when doubt hits, what helps you keep going and stay true to why you started?
That's a really great question. This journey has definitely had its ups and downs, and often it is just so fantastic, but you definitely have the moments of extreme exhaustion, because you are up against a system that is not truly supportive of what I'm doing. Um, you know, as much as I can, what drives me are the children of the world. If I work hard and create something for them when they are older and they can participate in, that's a win for me. So I really focus on my own children and their future and, all the children of the world because they deserve that. This is not their fight to fight. I believe it is mine to make a difference and leave a very strong and powerful legacy on the planet for them. So it's really saving the children at all cost.
That's great. That's a really great mindset. And you can feel that this isn't just for you, it's something deeply rooted in care and responsibility. And I can feel that. Like holding all the children of the world in your heart, like I said, gives your journey a bigger meaning, especially, through the ups and downs. And that kind of love can be an incredible source of strength when, like, that path gets hard.
It's truly, you know, often a thankless job. I would say healthcare nurses, physicians, we give a lot, and we receive by, by doing a good job in healthcare. So, it breaks my heart to see all these children being harmed and getting sick from, what's being injected into them. So, if we can be part of the agent for change and shift that focus, then that's a win for me and my team at Ezra Healing.
Absolutely. That's indeed a great mindset.
100%, and that's what, matters. We have to cut through all the distraction and the noise, and that's what the matrix, likes to do. They like to distract us, so we don't focus on what matters. which is the children, which is our well-being, which is our life force. So for whatever reason, we were born into this system of slavery, truly, right from healthcare to finances. And we get to create the new world starting in our mind, starting in our heart, raising the vibration, the frequency, the love on the planet. And this is where we get to see, miracles happen on a daily basis. And it's all up to us to create. I believe love wins every time. So taking the higher road of love and compassion will only lead to a great outcome.
Beautifully said. Now, in your experience, what's one simple thing healthcare providers can do every day to make patients truly feel seen and cared for?
I would say listen more than talking. Let your patients speak, and you just listen. That's healing in itself. That's an intervention and that's a solution.
Yes, that's such an important reminder, Svetlana. Like sometimes the simplest actions, like really listening and giving people space to speak, can make the biggest difference. And it's amazing how much trust and understanding can come just from being fully present, right?
Fully present in a very distracted world. If you give somebody your utmost full undivided attention, it is like gold.
Yes, yes. And for providers who want to make this a habit, what's one practical way to build more listening into their daily routine?
Mm. Well, it's being mindful of it. It's using it as a healing tool in your toolbox and getting into the habit of keeping our mouth closed while we just open up our ears.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. That makes sense. And that's really beautifully simple and powerful, honestly. Like just being mindful, truly present in the moment can transform the way providers connect with patients. And I feel that it shows that care isn't just about procedures or protocols, but about attention, presence, and respect for the person in front of you, right?
100%.
Mhm. So, Svetlana, for those who want to learn more about your work or the Ezra healing approach, where can they find you?
We have EzraHealing.com is our website. We are currently creating a very robust online platform that we actually welcome other healthcare providers to join us on. It'll also be a marketplace. We are on social media, Instagram at Ezra Healing. So we have a free 15-minute triage appointment with a former registered nurse. It's a free appointment, and you just call us, connect with us, make an appointment, and we will talk to you about anything you want to talk about, everything from cancer to vaccine injury to mental well-being to just a simple question, where do I get things like antiparasitic cancer healing medicine? We are a group of healthcare providers that was once in the medical matrix system that have stepped out to honor the do no harm model of care. So EzraHealing.com, and we look forward to connecting with all of you.
That's surely going to be beneficial for all our listeners out there. And thank you for explaining the basics. Now, I'm curious that, can you share a short story or example of how Ezra Healing has actually made a difference for a patient or provider? Just a short example, anything you're able to recall.
Yeah, 100%. So, as you recall, approximately 80% of the planet got the COVID-19 vaccine. Now, since that, we've seen a major spike in turbo cancer. A lot of people are choosing not to do chemotherapy or radiation for their cancer, so they're coming to us. We have a very robust protocol that we help people diagnosed with cancer go on. We are seeing tumors being shrunk. We are seeing mental well being being increased, tumor markers going down. So essentially, we are helping people heal from their cancer. And it's being confirmed by their family doctors. It's being confirmed on CT scans and MRI. And most importantly, it's being confirmed by the patient. So we have a lot of really happy success stories about helping people heal their cancer.
That's incredible. And it's amazing to hear the real world impact, helping people navigate serious health challenges like cancer. And seeing tangible results speaks volumes about the effectiveness and care built into Ezra Healing. And it's really clear that this isn't just a platform, but a movement actually that's making a real difference in people's lives. The scale you're working at and the depth of care you provide is truly inspiring.
Thank you so much. And it is a movement. What started off as a very grassroots movement, 5 years later, has established itself as something reliable and consistent for the world to utilize. And we are working very hard. Our team is working very hard to establish an international worldwide brand where we, marry technology and healthcare together that we can reach any corner of the planet. And we will continue to be here and finding solutions for people to get real truth healthcare in real time.
Wishing you continued success with Ezra Healing and all the amazing work you're doing. The world really needs it. And thank you for joining us on the Divine Decode podcast. And listeners, if this conversation stirred something within you, take a moment to reflect on where truth, care, and courage intersect in your own life. Until next time, stay curious and stay connected to what deeply feels connected with you. And Ezra,